Alright, MightyPredaking here, and in this review we're going to take a look at the Transformers Generations Warpath. Now before we get into the transformation, I just want to go ahead and come out and say it. This guy's a definitely must-buy figure. If Hasbro or Takara were to come out with a masterpiece figure, all they have to do really is use this remold, because it is that good. Maybe add some, black treads or something here at the bottom, but other than that, this is a masterpiece figure in my opinion. This is a great addition to my collection, and if you don't have them, this is one that I definitely suggest getting. So I'm a lot more excited about this figure than I was the Sky Shadow figure, because it's that much better. So over here on the side, you can see where he's got some of his trademark sayings, like this one's Zowie, but it's really ZOW333. And on this one, K4904, which is Kapow. So I guess they could have put like Bam somewhere else on here, but you've got the Autobot symbols here on the side, so hopefully that's showing out there, and you've got the same thing on here. The firing missile was actually a little bit longer. I cut it off. Buddy Autobotamus told me that you should just cut it off and it looks a lot better, which he was right there. This tank, it goes 360 degrees. This goes up and down. You can bend these in and out if you wanted to, but they look a little bit better like that in my opinion. So just all around nice figure, and he's a robot in disguise. You couldn't look at him and say, well, that definitely looks like it's a robot somewhere. Nope, it definitely looks like a tank. So well hidden robot, and this does fire. There we go. Yeah, we'll just put that back. There we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this guy transformed. First thing we're going to do is push this in, and that will reveal his head. So I thought that was a cool little feature there. You can move that forward if you want, and pull these in, just like that. And then you're going to, right here, there's this gray part is pegged into the legs. You can just lift up on that, and this whole section will come up, just like that. Let's go ahead and get the legs out of the way. You can separate here. And if you kind of pull out and then lift forward, then you can spin that around and pull the leg down. Do the same on this one. You kind of pull out this way a little bit because there's a peg back in there. Pull out, lift that forward, and lift it all the way because you're going to spin it around and then peg up. So if you just bring it, it's already up, and you try to bring it around, as you can see, it's not going to get in there. So pull it down, bring it around, pull up, and then you can spin these legs around. So there is the first portion done there. And then with this gray part, you're going to just come down all the way with it, come down with that part, and just bend this part over. Now sometimes it'll want to come down like this, but that's part of it's kind of a double hinge joint. You don't want to use that part because this part, or this little peg, is going to plug into that hole there. So just come down with the tank part here. There we go. And that'll peg into there really nicely. And with the arms, you're going to come out with these little sections here on the side and just bend out his arms. There's his hand, and close them up. His arm, hand, close it up, and there you have Warpath transformed. Now as far as, let's get a little 360 look at him real quick, and then we'll get into articulation and we'll transform him back as well. But there is no kibble on this guy. They did a really good job in tank form hiding that he was a robot, and in robot form they did a really nice job hiding the fact that he was a tank, except for, you can see the tank tracks and the tank there. But this is a really fantastic job by Hasbro. Hopefully they keep on doing great figures like this, and not as many repaints and stuff like that, but it looks like they put a lot of time into this figure. A little bit of kibble here, but you're kind of splitting hairs at that point. I think they did a really fantastic job with him. So his head does rotate 360 degrees. There's no light piping or anything like that on him. You can just put that back down there. And then with his shoulders, they will go 360 degrees as well. He can come in and out with the shoulder. This will swivel at the elbow or bicep, whatever you want to call it. Bend 90 degrees at the elbow. and I guess you could say he's got a little bit of bend at his fist, but that's because of transformation. He does not rotate at the waist, but he can bend 90 degrees forward with his leg and back. This is on a ball joint, so you have a lot of motion here. He can also swivel at the thigh, and he can bend at the knee 90 degrees. And there's, I guess you could say, a little bit of articulation with the foot, but you know, that's all transformation, so not really. But he doesn't come with any other guns, but I don't think he really needs them because, I mean, he's pretty much armed all over. I can kind of consider these little rocket things as well. He's got the 4 up here, this one here, and you know, his tank in the front. So he's pretty well armed. So I think that this is a great addition to your Generations line, or if you just, you know, kind of like Warpath and you want to use them or place them with your Masterpiece figures, he'll fit right in my opinion. So let's go ahead and get this guy transformed back. We'll just kind of straighten out the legs here. We'll go ahead and do the arms. So you're going to flip. There we go. Flip that open. And we'll do the same with this one as well. Flip that open. And do the hands just like that. And then with the arms, and then you close that up back there. So hands. Flip the arm on over. And that's in there very secure. Then with the legs, you're going to pull down, flip out, push this tank tread back in there, and that'll just peg into place. You can spin that around. So pull down, flip that out, spin it around, and just make sure that's all pegged back in there together. You can peg these two sides in. These are either they don't peg in very good for me, or they become loose for some reason. So it's one or the other. Then with this part here, you're going to just lift up all the way, spin this out, spin this gray part out, and then you're going to come down with this whole section here. And get back in there. There we go. These two holes right here, there's these two pegs up under here, and they're just going to slot into place just like that. Then you can pull out his turret, push the head down, flip that out, spin out these two sides, and there you have Warpath back in his tank mode, looking fantastic. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you can see this guy on your shelf, you know, like I said, definitely pick him up, and I'll talk to you later, guys. Bye.